Welcome to PAX Area Gaming. This is Reg, and we are on part 3 of Lies of P Overture. We're going to pick up where we left off last episode, and that was fighting Marchiona, the puppeteer of death. Of course, we died. So I promised you guys I would show you a death before showing you the winning fight. And just so you know, for those who may be keeping count, I died 5 times. This is the successful run here. I did experiment with different weapons. I also do not have a problem using summons. They don't usually help kill the enemy. Or they don't usually help kill the boss. They don't show up at every boss door. They show up at, in this game, probably about half.
Who are you? None who enter this greenhouse may leave with their lives.
I'm ignoring the puppet because, as I discovered in probably the first or second fight, no, not the first one, probably the second, if you kill the puppet, she brings it back to life. She brings it back to full health. And so if you're managing your own resources, you're trying not to use all of your resources, then it's not a good idea to focus on the puppet. And while it can hurt you and can even kill you, if you continue to move around, most of it is just noisy distractions. You really want to focus your attention on Marchiona.
To push me this far.
She's giving her best Erlang Shang speech from Black Myth Wukong. So the summons is dead. And we made significant progress against Marchiona. So we want to focus on her and make sure we don't take a lot of damage.
Doesn't matter anymore.
I use the same line against my tennis opponents. It doesn't work then either.
Don't you know how foolish it is to impede the path of the alchemists? Why must you and the legendary stalker impede my work and get in my way? the alchemist. I left my work half complete for this. How do you propose it?
I have no rival beyond Leia. It should have been the two of us, locked in a fight to the death.
Yeah, I need to explore why the frame rate keeps dropping. In some areas of the game, it may be that just so much going on, especially in that fight. Lots of graphic stuff going on. But in any case, I used different weapons. This glaive, that's not the glaive, that's a different sword. It's that one, the glaive, the acid one. I tried all of those. They're all my most
before entering the greenhouse. This place is definitely a dead end, and since Leia's not here, let's go
Johnny,
back.
please. All right, quiet. Okay, so what I was saying is I use my most maxed out weapons. I started with the bow. She moves around too fast for the bow, which works well for the smaller enemies, not so well for bosses. All of the bosses seem to move around quite a bit. And they're very fast, so the bow's not going to work. The glaive is a little slower than this particular weapon. The acid thingy didn't really do anything to her. I think I may have tried a fire weapon as well. So, like a lot of the Soulsborne games, you try all the tools at your disposal and see which one works for you based on your playstyle and based on your character's attributes. So I don't have a problem trying it again and again and again until I get it right. Actually, in Souls games, you almost always have to do it that way. There are not too many people that first try every boss in the game. Some may first try some. I first tried the first boss. The tyrannical predator I did in one try. I doubt that there is any boss left in this game that will be a one-try boss. That one almost felt a little bit like a tutorial boss to remind you of how difficult things could be in Lies of P. Okay, let's meet this character, who is Leia.
Kill him.
This can't be. Are all those humans? Just how evil does someone have to be to do something like this?
Okay, let's check around. See if there's anything to loot. I doubt that there is. Because usually you'd be able to see the sort of shiny thing from here. It's always worth looking around anyway. We have our next stargazer,
Hello.
which is
Rosora wants to be your friend. Will you be my friend? Hello. Rosora wants to be your friend. Will you be my friend? Rosora wants to be free. But I need my shoes to do that. Please, please help me travel the world. Help me to hold your hand and dance. I will wait for you here.
okay, Rosora.
Rosora was locked in a birdcage. I don't know how long I was there. A white butterfly woke me up and freed me. And I followed the white butterfly all the way here. But I lost my shoes while I was running. I don't know where they came off. I have a precious friend. I miss that friend dearly. We played all the time at the Rose Estate. Our hearts were filled with joy. Rosora wants to see her friend again. That's why I have to go back there. I want to go back to the Rose Estate, but to do that, Rosora needs her shoes. Please, please help Rosora travel the world. Help me to hold your hand and dance. I will wait for you here.
Okay, so I'm guessing somewhere along the line, we're going to find her shoes. And she's going to give us
The carnival
an
going.
award.
The tram station's that way. I think it's our best chance of getting out of here.
Okay, Carnival Garden is the next section. Looks interesting. I'm guessing I'll have to play games to get the real prize in these areas. Carnival games. So, it's a Carnival prize announcement. So the gold coins that you find in the game, you place in these little slots in order to get the second prize. Actually, you don't just get the prize for putting in the money in a slot, just like a regular carnival game is something you have to do. In this particular one, I'm guessing I'm gonna have to imitate.
Oh, now that's what I call a dance number.
Yeah,
Come on,
okay.
let's see your best moves.
You got the tap dance emote. I think I was too far away from the machine. Yeah, there are not a lot of tough enemies in this section. That was a clown enemy. I didn't show you guys that fight. It was so long drawn out. Me shooting him, shooting him with arrows. But he will not respawn. So once he's dead,
it isn't
he's
a
dead.
stalker. Play acting the hero
Yeah,
who
well,
saves the world, huh? Meanwhile,
I think he's actually
have
the
chosen
first merchant
instead
we've
to
found
simply
in
look
this
upon
DLC.
ruined world from this grand little vantage point. Really add some zest and extravagance to my tea time. But the situation really hasn't helped the costs of my already expensive hobby. So, a transaction is always welcome. That is a key, yes. A key to one of the Black Rabbit Brotherhood's hideouts. I assume a member of the Brotherhood dropped it somewhere. But only a fool or a lunatic would loiter around one of their hideouts. So, no.
Okay.
It isn't selling all that well, actually.
That means there's a hideout somewhere in this area.
Locked. We'll need the key. I saw something earlier at the top of the carousel that caught my eye. But how to get up there? A Ferris wheel. That could work, right?
Okay, that was actually very helpful. Okay. Alright, so this is another one of the dance ones. There we go. And this is a shortcut. Just leads you back to the earlier part of the game. Alright. This chest comes after fighting the fire guy. And he will not respawn either. So if you come back through the areas, the enemies out here will definitely respawn. The other ones won't. Now, I remember passing the door. I just need to remember where it is. Before we do that, let's go up. There's a drop off we need to get to. Sorry for the choppy editing. I was exploring this whole area again and again.
Even this place was prettier, happier back in the day.
Making sure that I got everything. This is a drop-off point. kill the enemies. You drop off here onto the top of the carousel. And then you drop down. On the front side of it, it looks like you could walk up the steps, but you can't. And you can't jump over the stuff that's on the steps. So once you drop down, you kill the guys who are guarding these chests. There's one on this side, and there's one on the other side, even though he's not guarding a chest.
I need my shoes to be free. I will wait for you here. Oh, you found my shoes! Thank you! Rizora is so happy.
I get the feeling we're going to see her again.
Now I can run! I can dance! I can go anywhere! I can go back to the Rose Estate! You gave me back my freedom. So here's a present. For you. It's called Rizora's Treasure. No matter where I end up, I'll remember you. The friend who helped free Rizora. I'll go to the Rose Estate now. With each step the shoes and I take, I'll think of you. My new friend.
I'm guessing I'm going to end up there as well at some point. We haven't seen anything that looks like an estate, so we've been wandering the zoo and then into this carnival. Let's try the Ferris wheel again, but I don't think there's another drop-off point, but I'm not sure, and I didn't really pay attention when I was up here the first time. I think when we were in the savannah, there were two sides you can drop off of in one particular area. One side led to the boss, the other side had a ladder climbing up. Okay, this one, there is no additional drop-off. That's okay. We'll just mosey our way over to the other side. Come on, P, you can do it. Next open door, just walk forward. There we go. There are a couple of enemies below. Yeah, the game definitely lets you know where you're supposed to go and where you're not supposed to go, because they put these little fences up that you can't jump over. There's not a lot of jumping in the game anyway. Okay, we have a little business we needed to take care of. Our buddy who's learning about emotions.
My only friend, what have you come to tell me? It feels good, like being hugged by the sun. It is a brilliant feeling. Like the start of spring. Thanks.
Okay, those are little quick side tricks. Every time you get not every time, but you get a new emote, you go and talk to the guy. here's the door. Usually it has some pretty decent loot. Okay, something I'm not going to use, but okay. Certainly gives me options. Okay, just doing a final once around before heading to the tram. All right. And any game I didn't do, I'll give it a shot. No, the only way to reach that, well, I guess I could use throwing objects, throwables. But I have the arrow, so using the arrow would make more sense. But you can't target lock on them. I guess, which would make it way too easy. Okay. Gimme. Okay. I know I can't go up these steps. So this side is now a dead end. There's nothing left for me to do over there. The drop down is where the merchant was on the other side. Can't go over there. Been through there. Okay, so it's time to making sure, because once I leave, I know I can always come back, but once I leave, I don't think I'm going to come back. So I'm trying to think, is there anything left for me to do over here? These little guys. Okay. And you can't enter from this side. Yeah, the game is interesting in how it sort of pushes you to go in a particular direction. Like, it would have been easy to put an exit to this little section right on the other side, but you have to come all the way around. I'm not sure why. Okay, let's do this one more time to get our prize, and then we can move on. Okay, let's do this 2 more times. We'll do it. It doesn't really tell you need to do it more than once, but I'm not sure why this one is. Oh, I know why. Because I didn't put the gold coin in. Ah, Raj. You're an idiot. There we go. I was like, why isn't this working? Because I did not give it the gold coin. Just like a real carnival. Okay. Now we're moving on to the next little area.
Poster. You saw it too, right? The name reads Romeo. Romeo, the legendary stalker's apprentice.
Okay, now I have an annoying echo to work with.
Since we're back in the past, there's a chance we might run into him. So let's stay strong and carry on.
This little area is eerily quiet. But there are a lot of dead bodies, so I don't know whether it means there are enemies or whether there were enemies up here. We'll find out.
Hello?
Ah,
Is someone there?
we have a person. Let's investigate.
Hello? You there? I hear you. Can you help an old blind lady? This easel before me, it's not supposed to be empty, is it? Do you see a painting on the ground? It's mine. Pick it up and give it to me. Quickly. Even though I can't see, I can tell from the feel of the canvas. Oh, thank the heavens. This is my painting. It is very precious to me. Since losing my sight, this piece has given me courage. I'm sure you would love to hear my story. Once, I was a high-ranking alchemist, with a dream and a purpose. I dedicated my life to the cause of human evolution. Unfortunately, I suffered an accident in the laboratory. The incident damaged my eyes. I could no longer work. But the accident turned out to be a blessing. Stumbling in the dark, I found a painting that revealed the path of truth through art. What do you think? What do you see when you look at my painting?
Oh God, I've been telling the truth.
What?
Oops.
What on earth do you mean? A ridiculous statement.
Oopsie
Even
oops.
for a complete art novice. Why do you even have eyes? A blank canvas.
I pissed Goddard
Leave my
off.
presence. Now.
Eek. Oh shoot.
Leave my presence.
No,
Now.
can I fix this? Oh, lady, I was just being honest. I was honest in the whole first game. All right, let's go back and try again. We've saved the game. I think we've pissed her off permanently, though.
Leave my presence, now.
Oh well. Sometimes when you tell the truth hurts. But seems like the game wants you to lie to her. Because I'm guessing she would have given me an additional quest. But now that I've ticked her off and she told me to leave her presence, I'm guessing that she will not direct me further. So, Goddard, you have a pleasant day, and we will move on to wherever this tram takes us. So the Carnival Gardens is done.
Hotel Crot. I know, I still can't believe it myself. This must be before the grand opening.
Okay. It's flashbacks to the game. To the base game, that is. Huh. Okay. So it looks like, because you can still go back to the previous timeline, to the real Hotel Krat, or the Hotel Krat in a different timeline, and all the characters are still there, although this chair is in a different place. So I guess you do your upgrades here, you don't do your upgrades back at the other place. I know the merchants at the other place doesn't have anything. I went back and there's nothing that they can sell me. I did upgrade my weapons there before finding this place, but I guess now the game would want you to, sort of build your Legion arms, upgrade them, upgrade your weapons. You can do all of that here. Which means there's no reason for you to go back to the old timeline, which sort of makes sense. Wow, nice. So this is before their grand opening. That's what Jiminy said. Eventide Hotel. Who's this guy?
Well, a stalker. Or so I assume, judging by your attire and
The Macchio.
demeanor. And yet your face is unknown to me. To me. Ridiculous. You're a sweeper, perhaps? But no matter. Ignorant fools say that we are adversaries, but in truth, our relationship is not that hostile. I do so look forward to working with you. Have you something to say? Red hair. Red hair. Could you be speaking of Leia Florence? Why didn't you just say so? If you're looking for the legendary stalker, you should just come out with it. But, if I may ask, what could you possibly want with a living legend? Help her, you say? Yes, she was here. But she took that lift, headed down. Simply said she had something to take care of, but heaven knows what that could be. Perhaps she's gone to slay that poor, crazed lunatic. The one afflicted with the petrification disease. She is the legendary stalker, after all. There's a reason they say only merciful death remains in her wake. Perhaps you've heard the tale of the Blood Artist. Just one of the monikers of a murderous puppet that targeted only the upper crust of society. It was a dreadful affair. Many a stalker tried to apprehend the Blood Artist, only to die by his blade. But he was no match for one in particular, who took him down on her own. The stalker not only beat the Blood Artist in single combat, but she utterly dismantled him. And she goes by the rather pedestrian name, Leia Florence. Though most everyone just calls her by the loftier moniker, the legendary stalker. Romeo? Never heard of him. Oh, the sidekick. The legendary stalker's young apprentice, I suppose. He could be the reason she's been so, on edge of late. I beg your pardon? What year is it? Are you under the influence of some strange medication? You may well want to study the provenance of your petrification cure. A word to the wise, don't trust any medicine that an alchemist doesn't hand to you personally. The Monad Charity House. You've heard of the Rose Estate. That's where you'll find your cure. If you're looking for the legendary stalker, she took that lift, went down. Well, don't let me stop you. If you want to talk to her, follow her.
Oh, goodness. A new face appears. How do things fare outside, Master Stalker? Let me introduce myself. I am Klaus, merchant extraordinaire and collector of rare ergo. Indeed, you'll be hard-pressed to find a merchant more skilled than I in the handling of all precious goods. You're lucky to find me in a place such as this. A rather uncouth stalker simply dumped me here and left. The world is crumbling before our eyes, and so are people's manners, it seems. As a merchant, it is quite frustrating being stuck here inside this empty hotel. I beg of you, regale me with news of the city when you can, and perhaps buy something, huh?
Okay. I made the mistake of turning the little record player on in this place, which is probably going to lead to a copyright warning, which means I'm going to have to reduce the volume of that whole section as well as his dialogue, or cut it out completely.
Is my
We'll see.
passion. I especially love watches. But as a merchant, I deal solely in rare artifacts. I recently got my hands on a mysterious set of ancient discs unearthed in the ruins. I was taking them to the Rose Estate for an exclusive showcase. But I lost them all in transit due to the chaos engulfing the city. If it wasn't for my injured back, I'd be out searching for them right now. I say, if you find any of my ancient discs, I will reward you handsomely. Oh, that person, I heard her called the legendary Stalker. Well, she certainly lives up to the name. When she rescued me at the zoo, she had no trouble hoisting my hefty body and tossing me about without so much as a grunt of effort. She muttered something about searching for her apprentice in a laboratory, but she was so on edge that I pressed no further. Still, I must say it is not unreasonable to expect better treatment and a friendlier demeanor from your rescuer. Do you mean the leader of the bastards? The man standing over there? My weak heart and spirit prevent me from speaking to such an imposing fellow. I've heard he's quite capable and holds influence over others in many ways. He is conducting important work. But he does frighten me to no end. I'm sure he's a good man, but please don't reveal I spoke ill of him. I'm sorry, you want to know the year? I don't understand the question. You must be referring to the swirling rumors about an era of calamity coming due to the worsening situation with the petrification disease.
You have
Let's
no
see,
idea.
what other news? I hear the opening of the Grand Exhibition will be cancelled. Also, whispered voices say the alchemists lost something. What that might be, though, I cannot say. Besides that, nothing else significant comes to mind. The Rose Estate was my original destination. Many notable people fled there due to the petrification disease. Not to boast, but I am a rather famous merchant. I had received an invitation to the estate, and I was on my way there when I became engulfed by chaos. I should make my way to the estate, but my back pain, I'm glad the legendary stalker rescued me, and it was an honor, though I'd wish she'd been gentler. I cannot sit or lie down. Oh, do you know how terribly inconvenient that is? Oh. I cannot believe my eyes. You found one of my discs. I'm touched. Truly. Collecting may seem a silly thing to you, but this simple act connects me deeply to the larger world. Just imagine, who were the ancient beings who engraved these discs? Did they worship a god to curse a devil? Or had they endured dark times as we have and sought the solace of an angel? Imagining others reaching the light after a dark night gives me hope this nightmare will end. Now, if you find more discs, I will offer you other valuable rewards in exchange.
Okay, we found our next merchant. Who will use his currency. Oh, okay, the Zelator underground facility. The discs that he referred to, as well as the boss ergo. The game makes you a little bit paranoid. Like, enemies can pop out from anywhere, right? Okay, so let's activate the Stargazer. And we are going to explore this underground facility. I'm guessing at some point we'll be able to turn off whatever is creating the icy area below. And what do you want to bet? There's a boss associated with it somewhere. Okay, so let's follow the... Great.
Could that be Leia?
If it
no
is...
one in our time knows how she disappeared or how she died.
She sounds
Even
like...
if she died.
She sounds like she's having a moment, if that's her.
It's got nothing to do with this deeply disturbing alchemist facility, at least.
Okay, this is a... I'm loving the bow, but I know at some point I should probably be using a more powerful weapon against some of these guys. Okay, so we have the area to the right, which we can't access, an area to the left, which we will explore, since that's the only place for us to go. I've been using the bow with the quick shots. There is a stronger charge shot that you could use as well. Okay, so, all right, so there is another branching path that I'm going to have to take to get to that item. Let me just check over here. This is another one of these little icy areas that cause freeze. And again, it doesn't matter what outfit you have. Even if you wear the winter one, you'll still freeze if you go down there. So I think they're just cosmetic. They're not really, they don't have any real utility, the different outfits. Okay, this seems to be the way forward. Let's grab this item. It's interesting that there's so many ice-based enemies in this game. When we started the game, we were outdoors and there were ice enemies. Now that we're indoors, I'm actually surprised that they're in this area. I mean, we know that there's an icy area of this section of the game. So you would expect it there, but in here, inside of this building? I don't know. Okay. Yeah, I know there's a guy right there waiting to pounce on me. There we go. Okay, let's continue to move along. Let's grab this. Break that just to be on the safe side. Top off our weapon just to be on the super safe side. Another shortcut. And this just leads us back to where we were when we went around the left side, and it looped us all the way around to the right side of that entry point. And this one we can't get yet. Okay, we have our next I'm guessing if I use my glaive, I probably can one-shot those guys. That's probably true of any of the max level weapons. Okay, at least the place is not flooded with enemies. They're enemies, but it's not too bad. It's manageable. Yeah, sometimes in these games it just throws so much at you that it becomes very difficult to manage. In this one, that's not true. So it's one or two enemies at a time. So far, nothing huge. But it does make you paranoid. Okay, there's a path down. Which I'm guessing, unless there's a loop around, nope. So we have to take this little path down over here. Okay. Yeah, I don't... Let's check the other side. Does this loop all the way? Oh, okay, good. Good. I wasn't sure whether it looped all the way around to a different area or not, but it's blocked off. So the way forward is the area, the path we were taking before. One of the amulets that I'm wearing is a HP regen amulet, although it does it very, very slowly. It, for some reason, gives me peace of mind to know that I'm always constantly regenerating health. Okay, we have a... Oh, okay, that was smart. We have an acid-throwing enemy. Who fires off a little barrage and takes a break. We have some minions of his. And okay, that one snuck up on me. Okay, so the other enemy, the big acid spitting guy, we can let him fire off his acid. And of course we can shoot our arrows into the wall like that, which doesn't gain us any progress. We can do this. Since he takes a little break after he does that. So if we time it right, we can just jump in and keep doing this until he's dead. All right. Yeah, I'm guessing this pathway loops around to where he was anyway, and I could have fought him in a more traditional sense. Or maybe it doesn't. I don't know. So it wouldn't have been that far. Well, maybe it does. Let's see. Oh, man, this place is huge. And I'm guessing there's something big and mean on the other side of that wall. And I'm guessing in each of these little rooms, there's something as well. Yeah, I don't think I can get through there. The little light above the door is not green, which is usually a sign that you can't go forward in there. There's a ladder up. Okay, so this is where that guy was. The acid. Is that where the acid guy was? I think so. Okay, so we know that there's got to be another entry point or two. So there are two doors. So I'm guessing there are enemies on either side. So there are at least 2 other sections of this underground area that we have to scope out. Right now, seems like the only path we have is to go up. Wow, this poor guy got impaled in the head, or mouth, can't tell. And we have a little creature hiding off to the side here. Buddy, you're not that smart, I can see you. And by the way, as I upgrade, I'm going to be putting everything into capacity. So I'm probably always going to be slightly heavy in the game because I didn't invest in capacity early on when I was playing. I was doing technology and motility and stuff like that. I don't even think I invested as much in vitality as I should have. And I know I can go back in and change them all, but I don't think I need to at this point. We'll see. Oh, I don't know. I say that. Then Marchiona was putting a pretty good beating on me. I'm not sure changing those attributes would have made a difference. You know, the fight was sort of chaotic. And she had the puppet shoes flying around the room, so I don't know that it would have mattered. Okay. That hadn't happened since the first episode. Wow. Me panic pressing the buttons. In the first episode, I did it like 3 or 4 times in a row. Okay, so how to go about this? So it looks like the room loops around where it lets you loop. But then there's a level below, and in the middle level we know that there are the big boss creatures that were behind these 2 gates. Which I guess if there's a way to drop down, there isn't right here, but there might be on the other side that you could fight them. There's one there. The guy who sort of throws around the giant ball bearings. The one on this side. I can't see that. Well, I guess the thing is, if I don't see anything shiny, then there's no loot. I don't think there's any other reason to be down here, except to make your way... This guy's going to chase me. To the boss of the area. Yeah, the other way to use the bow, as I mentioned, is to do a little bit of a charge shot. So you hold the bow until it flashes and then you let go, and it's a more powerful shot. So an enemy like that, you can probably kill with 2 or 3 of those shots. But I think in terms of speed, I don't know, if I fire 4 or 5 of these shots, is it equal to one of the charge shots? I'm not sure. But I think either way works. Okay, some of these doors are locked, some are open. Yeah, see that in a case like that just happened, the charge shots wouldn't really work because I wouldn't have time to hold that position to achieve the flash. They would knock me out of the animation. But you sort of stun lock them when you're just firing off like this. We'll experiment as we move on. Okay, so that's an area that we would unlock from the other side, so we haven't been there yet. Because the only other door we saw like that, we couldn't open. Okay, that's the other creature. So we have the ball-bearing one, and we have whatever the hell this is. I guess he's acid or decay. I think decay is equal to acid in this game. So those are the two that are on opposite ends behind the big doors. And we will have to fight them eventually if we're going to clear out the whole area. Okay, this looks like the way forward. Yeah, all right. I'm not going to fight 3 of you guys down there, so I'm going to shoot one of you. Now we'll go down, making a more even fight. Come on, P. You're wasting time. Okay, they were guarding a chest. I see. You guys are just giving me lots of free stuff, which is good. Okay. We have another little drop down. This is a one-way trip because I don't see a ladder. Oh, those are the things that are dropping down. All right. I wondered where they were coming from. I thought they were stuck to the ceiling, but they're in little cages. And I see another drop down, or at least that one has a ladder. This place is really big. And we have one of the guys that was behind one of the gates. So I think I want to fight him the traditional way. Let's see. Okay, he's one of those guys. And we're not going to do that. We're going to switch back to our arrow and we're just going to shoot him to death. He's not going to move from that spot, so there's no reason for me to run over there and receive damage that I don't need. I don't know when we'll hit the next Stargazer, but we've been rummaging around in this area for a while. There's a yeah, he was in one of the hanging cages that we saw when we were coming down here. And I see a ladder on the other side. And I see this area going down. So I'm not sure which route we should take first. Okay, the ladder looks like the way to unlock one of the locked areas that we saw earlier. So I'm assuming they don't respawn, so we can explore down here. And then we'll eventually get back up there and unlock that area. Unless I stumble into a boss fight. But again, we haven't seen another Stargazer, so there must be a way that this connects back to the main area. Oh man, killing the butterflies was so much easier with the bow. Wow. In the base game, you run around whacking at them, often missing. Okay, where are we? Oh, okay. I see where we are. We're on the other side of the course the gate closed. Of course. Of course. That's what I get for going in there. Alright. Let's switch to the glaive. Yeah. Do I even remember how to use the damn thing? Okay, so he's just gonna slam, he's either gonna slam it or spin around. Or go into one of his unblockable attacks. Or toss it like that, so. But as I reminded you guys, I'm terrible at blocking, so. Oh, I actually got a parry in, wow. I should be smart and stay close enough that when he finishes his little tantrum, he takes a little break. And it's a time for me to get some damage in. But I'm being so defensive here that by the time he, like this little break, there we go. I don't think I can get a backstab on this guy. See, I should be... I'm doing stupid stuff. I should have been looping around him the whole time. I know he can swing around like that, but... not every move set is a swing around, right? And so unless he's doing that, I would be able to get some damage in by just simply running to the side like now. There we go. Yeah, I made that fight harder than it needed to be. Okay, so now the gates are unlocked. Well, actually, not unlocked yet. When I press this button or pull the lever, now they're unlocked. And since I killed the one that was on the other side, that one's dead too. And because I didn't go back to a Stargazer, actually, I don't think these guys respawn anyway.
What are the alchemists researching anyway? It has to be for a cure. How else could they justify such horrifying deeds? Oh, I want to forget what we saw, but I can't.
Okay, let's go up. I know I still have that other area that was blocked off that I need to go back to unlock the door. I probably should have done it when I had the chance. I don't know why I didn't do it then. I was doofus. I still hear a lot of enemies. Oh, it's these guys. Yeah, doofus. That was the one you should have unlocked when you were downstairs. Actually, if there's an opening, I guess I can just jump down and climb up the other side. Yeah, this one. So just go around. Yeah, why don't I do this first? I was like, don't start exploring some other areas. Just do this. I mean, you already clear out the other side and you got the item that was right by the door, so. But where does this lead? Huh. There's no ladder, it's just a drop down. So, unless it connects to another area, it means I haven't been here before. That's one long combination, jeez. Okay, hiding a chest, and we have another shortcut. Yeah, that's the only exit because we dropped down into the room, so there was no other way to get out of here except through the shortcut. We can't get through there, which means we go back up. A nice little out of the way elevator, and there is a little secret area that I just missed that I'm gonna have to come back to. But what have we here? Some guy.
Mercy! Please, don't kill me, please. See, the legendary stalker. Just let me here. Oh, I'm not an alchemist. Spare me. Spare my life. Please, please. like she was looking for someone. I heard it. I did. To think I tried to kill her. The legend herself. Twice. What an idiot I am. Good thing I failed. Failed twice. I never could. But I wanted to. But no, I'm sorry. A stalker. Gone. But still, she went deeper into the laboratory. We came in with Veronique. Yes, and we were a vanguard. But it was a trap. The alchemists were waiting in ambush. The things they did. But that's over. They're gone, aren't they? Everything's wrong. What strange drugs did they fill me with? Don't deny it. It is slow, but sure. Steady. And so strange. I will become a monster. I've seen such things. My fellow vanguard. Now, monsters all. Please, I don't want to die. No, help me, please.
Okay, Buddy has some issues. We have some loot down there. We have some loot over here. We are going to grab this loot once I stop wandering around the place. Unlock a shortcut, or is it to the next area? It is a shortcut back to the entry point to this area in the game. Okay, I lied. So we're gonna wrap things up, but we're gonna start putting things into capacity. I don't need to put anything else into any of these other categories. I don't know why I keep doing that. Okay, so we went back there. We topped off a little bit.
It's really sad, but there wasn't any way to save him.
Okay, he died when we left. Interesting. Okay, we're going to grab that treasure. And then we will wrap it up, because I got a feeling that the next section of this is probably as long as this first section. We haven't come up against the boss yet. But where is the next section? Of course. Okay, now that I've sort of reset, all the enemies are back. You guys don't need to see me refight all these guys. And so in the next episode, we're going to conclude this area. We hopefully will find the boss. And hopefully we'll figure out a way to get rid of the ice stuff. So there we have it. Episode 3 of Lies of P Overture. Thank you guys for joining me. This is a fun ride. It's a fun game. And I will see you in episode number 4. Bye.